Hello, welcome to Sound and Fairy Book Reviews. As usual, I am Tina. Today I'm doing a book review of Space Punks by Anna Mockacat. This is a book that came out in January 2024. It's a sci-fi, it's a cyberpunk book, and it's self-published. I received this book on audiobook from the author in exchange for a fair review, so thank you very much to Anna. The cool thing about this audiobook is that the cast is huge. Every character has a different voice actor, it seems, so their personalities are given extra depth from the acting. That was very cool. A fast-paced, trope-filled cyberpunk romp, Space Punks contains the essence of the subgenre. It is like the quintessential cyberpunk book. So, what is it about? 100 years ago, humanity won the war against artificial intelligence, but at a horrible price. At least, so it seems. David ends up in high-security prison on the Martian moon Deimos, but has no memory of how or why he got there. Something that doesn't really matter, since anyone sent to this hellhole is sent there to die. Luckily, David meets Aztec, a purple-haired cyborg girl who is as fierce as she is captivating. Aztec isn't imprisoned by coincidence. She's been hired to help someone escape and brings David along on the jailbreak. And that's only the beginning of David's adventure. He winds up on a spaceship with the most notorious mercenaries in the galaxy. However, this crew is far more than guns for hire. Secrets and hidden identities abound aboard this mysterious vessel, which turns out to be a warship in disguise. As David struggles to reclaim his memories, he finds himself entangled in a vast conspiracy that holds the potential to reshape humanity's fate. If you enjoy cyberpunk, this book will 100% be right up your alley. We have augmented humans, robots and AI, spaceships, gangsters, a mercenary group, sexual content, and even jailbreak. The only trope this book doesn't have is virtual reality. The action is absolutely top-notch. We get a variety of fights from guns to hand-to-hand to robots. We have 2 super soldiers with augmentations, and a whole lot of focus is given into how these augments work and the limitations and strengths of them. The battles they get into are really engaging and are balanced between describing what's going on and the pacing. The characters are likable for the most part. I have to say a bit about how the women are characterized a little bit later, but the characters are well developed in their roles, personalities, and decisions. David, the main character, is a bit bland, but this could be A, because his voice acting was a little flat compared to everyone else, I'm sorry to say, and B, someone has to soften the over-the-topness of the rest of the crew. Everyone else is a complete badass, from the non-augmented Captain Jack to Nightingale, the sexaholic cocky bastard of a mercenary. Nightingale started off a bit annoying to me, but he soon mellowed, and then I thought he was kind of fun. My favorite character was actually Jack, as he was the voice of reason. The only one I wasn't really partial to was Aztec, as she came across to me as trying too hard to be cool, and I found her opinions of sex work and those with drug addictions to be a little bit abhorrent. I did find that the love story of the novel was believable, though, and well done in its intensity of emotion during a critical juncture. I also enjoyed the robot-human romance aspect. The sex scenes in this book also aren't as intense or as long as Behind Blue Eyes, if you've read that one, and in case you were wondering, but there are sex scenes in this book. There are quite a few of them, but that is par for the course for cyberpunk, and I have no problem with that. The plot was a little bit basic, but the book also felt like it was building to events in further novels, so I don't think that that was like a flaw of the book. I think it's because this book's supposed to be starting us off on another journey. The world building overtakes all of this, though, as it's set in this post-AI takeover universe. Think of if Sea of Rust had stopped before complete annihilation, and while there are portals or wormholes to other systems, there aren't like aliens, though we do get some Forerunner technology, one of my favorite things. The planets and government systems fit the cyberpunk themes. We have controlling overlord governments as well as crime lords, depending on what planet you're on, and they were believable, interesting places to visit. The non-gender segregated free-for-all jail was a bit weird to me, but I guess human rights aren't policed in this world build, which also suits the genre. So a lot of this is very genre dependent, and it works really well for the genre. In truth, everything fits the genre very well, and as such, it's a very fun, entertaining, and exciting read. I highly recommend it, and if you like sci-fi and action sci-fi, you should totally check it out. Now, because I got the book from the author, I always feel like I have to give it some points of critique, or, you folks will think I'm easily bought. So here are a few things that honestly are more like Tina things, at least the second one, than actual book stuff. The first is that there is a bit of a twist that I suspected in theory, but not in general specifics, so that when it did come about, I wasn't really surprised. This was a little bit disappointing, and it also felt a little bit like it wasn't revealed earlier to lure you into reading the second book. Yet, did it ruin the book for me? No, of course not. It was a minimal thing, but I had to provide some kind of critique here. The second thing I took issue with is that, strangely, for a book written by a woman, the amount of male gaze in the novel was extreme, and I found it a little bit off-putting. Sex is a huge part of the cyberpunk genre. I have no issue with sexual content, though in terms of preference, I am way more of a, slow burn love story person compared to lots of sex scenes person. But I only say this to say that while I understood sex as part of the subgenre and I have no problem with that, the way women were described in the novel was gratuitous. Every woman is drop dead gorgeous. Every woman's beauty and sexiness is commented on almost every time they appear on the page, to the point that it got pretty eye rolling. The men are in no way objectified. The male gaze is something that I studied in university in a critical theory class. It was created by the theorist Laura Mulvey, and it was intended for the screen, though I also think it applies to books too, and argues that when women are on screen, they are viewed as objects, where men are viewed as agents. We look at women as objects of desire, and we want to be the men, even when the woman is the main character. And this is based solely on how they are depicted or shown. You can have a sexy, beautiful woman and have agency and power, but that agency and power is taken away when there's too much focus on her looks. This is so basically when her value is supplanted by that of how she appears to men. I mean, I have no trouble with sexy ladies, but ways to combat this reductive form of characterization or focus is to imply that a woman is sexy or mention it maybe once or twice, not multiple times throughout a book. I don't mean to go on, at length about this, as aside from this, as I said, the characters are well described, and all three women have important parts in the story. They're skilled, they're not damseled in any way, and they help drive the plot. I just wanted to explain what I mean, because I think it's quite a complex concept, and I just wanted to make sure that I was, hitting all the angles here. Basically, my suggestion as a reader and as an editor is that if you're going to hypersexualize women, at least do it to the men too. And if not, tone it down a bit. Anyway, I do think the book is fantastic. I would never say that you shouldn't read the book because it has these things in it. It's just, this is a book review, and this is some reactions that I had to the book, and I just, that's what I have to talk about. So